Hello. I love this beautiful, beautiful sound that I've got going on here. Low energy, high distortion. For anyone who has known me for a little while, you will know of the olden days where I would just be really loud for the sake of doing it. And I will adjust some of this here. You see how weird it is when I don't have this on, like when I'm when I'm whoa, what happened to me? Where am I at? I love fucking audio filters, man. Hello. um yeah, I used to do really loud shit. Whatever. I don't care. I'm bored. I I've wanted to make some content again. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm mentally capable of doing it. My thought power, I'll call it, has not been very good. I can't remember things very well. I can't really think much on the spot. So consider this practice. I just want to talk. I have. I want to talk about the fact that thought about doing so many things, and I've just kind of not even worked on them a lot of the times. I figure that's something a lot of people deal with. I don't know exactly what it's called. Sorry, I'm sick, by the way. I literally just threw up. um, but I'll have these really cool ideas and I'll go really in depth with them. I've written entire scripts for at least part of a video. And then I never go anywhere with them. I've I think the most I've ever done as far as successful projects go is I ran a Minecraft server amongst my friends, and it was probably the most fun I've had, and nothing's going to top that. And I think that's probably a lot of where my issue comes from. I mean, I started out at a much better, more successful place than anything I've eventually done. Like when I was first streaming, I mean, I had fucking 18 viewer average, and then all of a sudden nothing. And it is all my fault. Like I had the vagina. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I had the perfect beginning. Um, I had a lot of friends. I was through another streamer, and it's just what I eventually did with it was kind of embarrassing because I always felt like I would be good at it. I feel like a lot of people do, and then they just don't have the motivation to do it. They don't have a lot of things, and that's the key word today. Boom, bang, motivation. Um, as somebody who has a lot of artist friends, I hear all too much about the issues with motivation. Um, you think you spend many, many years of your life kind of like, with quotes, perfecting a skill. You never eventually perfect it, which is kind of an oddly sad but inspiring truth. But I see these artists get so fucking good at something, and they can do like what I could see myself doing in a year. They can do in like 5 minutes. They can just doodle it. But once they get to that point, they still struggle with that motivation. And then I would think to myself, like, how the fuck do you have motivation issues? You've done this for years. And it kind of makes me realize in some weird comparison that, like, I mean, most likely they always did. They just probably, had a lot more ideas in the beginning, a lot more paths to pursue. And that's the stage that I should be at right now. And I don't understand why I'm not. um, I feel like I get burnt out within a month. I still think about January of shit. When was it? Like 2020. I mean, it would have to be 2022. And whenever I had the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, which is my biggest achievement. I know most people can get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, but like what I did with it, I'm very proud of. But yeah, I think that's the most I've ever consistently done. Uh, I feel like while I did sell myself out a lot at that time, and most of my humor was just kind of objectifying myself and, you know, just being weird for the sake of it. Uh, you know, I'm proud of it. I think that I need to build myself more of an identity going forward if I ever plan to do anything. I definitely want to be more mental health focused, as that's something I consistently struggle with and overcome. I do witness, or I do recognize that as one of my strengths. Uh, but, you know, where do I go from here? And where do I currently stand? I don't share a whole lot anymore. I've had a lot of growing up to do in that sense, where I used to overshare a lot. I would share everything. Everybody would know everything about me. I would always bring my problems up to everybody and bring everybody down. And granted, some people are there to listen to you. Not everybody was, especially not the people I was constantly bringing shit up to. So I got into the habit of not sharing much of anything unless I knew somebody was like the kind of person that would listen, whatever, whatever. So where have I been? What have I been? How have I been? Whatever. So, hi, I'm still Nin. I mean, it's not like I've disappeared or anything. I just kind of, I tweet every now and then. I don't talk to many of my friends. I am a Dollar General employee, so basically I want to kill myself. You know, I'm suicidal, I blah blah blah, all the other things. No, while all of that is true, I am, I'm not gonna, you know, go anywhere. I just need out of this, you know, retail situation. This company is so fucking miserable, dude. And my boss is being very manipulative, doing very shady shit. It's not very cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. But here's the kicker. I live in a very, very tiny town. I have four places to work. One is not hiring. One is ran by people who are notoriously more toxic than the people at Dollar General. Um, and then, you know, Dollar General's my store. That's one of the options, and the other is fast food. Um, I've been in the fast food thing before, and it was at a notoriously less busy fast food establishment as the other option. I hear it's very fast paced and also pays less, and I don't know if I want to put myself in a situation where I quit one job, I go to a shittier one, and I can't go back to the one before. That's where I currently stand. Uh, I might, you know, if more people were a little less straight around here, I'd probably, you know, do some other things for money. Hell, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's where I stand currently. Motivation, again, could be what's holding me back there. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, while my work is fucking me over, and I do feel like they kind of deserve my lack of effort that I've been putting in lately. I feel like if I had a little more motivation, I'd do better. They would have a better opinion of me again, and maybe everything would be fixed. I don't know. There's no promise in any of that. I would like to have something that I can be proud of. I would like to make videos again, be proud of them. I'm not going to be that weird. Um, let's just say Femboy Besties is never coming out. I don't really care much for that kind of thing. It's funny. I do think that that kind of humor is funny. You can't tell me it's not. I mean, that's what I enjoy. I mean, but I gotta think about the people that I'm surrounded by. And I do recognize that those people are people who would love the things that I also love and I want to express about myself more. And, you know, it's a weird change for me. I'm really afraid of being a little more serious, and probably the past few years have persuaded me that not being serious is a good thing. But I think I'm still gonna be pretty funny. Everything depressing aside, I'm pretty damn happy right now. Aside from my job, aside from my home situation, aside from my food situation, aside from my physical health, and my memory issues that are proceedingly concerning me, and my bouts with a slight bit of substance abuse for a few days. I don't know if I'll call it abuse, but I tried a lot of things that I never really expected myself to try. But I'm not gonna keep doing it. I think that's a promise. But regardless, I'm myself now. I'm a little more myself. I've got friends that I'm trying to talk to more often that I'm really hoping to be friends with because they're people that I really admire. Like people I actually want to be around. And I've got friends that want me to be myself. I've made up with old friends, like that they just message me out of the blue, and you have no idea how happy I was to be able to tell them that I got better, and to be able to catch up and like make amends to like everything. It's just I really have grown a lot in the past 3 or 4 years. I've come very far away. To be completely transparent with you, which is, I wouldn't be this transparent if I didn't personally see it as such a like, huge thing to be proud of. Because, I've obviously changed quite a lot. But in 2019, when I first started meeting everybody, I was in a relationship and I treated this person like shit. I was a very, very bad mental abuser. Um, I say that with a chuckle because it's kind of hard to say completely seriously. Um, but, throughout 2020, obviously I lost that person, and it was entirely my fault, completely. But I made a lot of friends then. At end of 2019 is when I met Toyo and everybody. So going forward, I met everybody through his community, and then I kept meeting more people, and I kept losing people, and a lot of people were pointing out the things about me that were obviously bad. And around sometime in 2020, I lost one person that I really cared about, and I started, looking into it a lot more. Went to therapy. 3 years later, I'm perfectly fine. I don't. I mean, okay, I'm not perfectly fine, but I'm a lot better. I don't have those issues anymore. Um, and, it's cool to say that. It's really cool to say that. And there's a lot more things that I'm not going to struggle with in the future. And when it comes to motivation, that is the one thing that I fortunately never struggle with being motivated about. Because as far as I grow, I mean, I can be whatever I want. I can do all these things that I dream of doing that I just never do. And seeing myself in that spotlight someday, being able to show that I've done it, just as I have already over the past 3 years. I mean, I can just keep doing it. It's like fucking. It it really is kind of like a video game to me. It's very fucking cringe, but I mean, just look at me. Look at me and my character, and just. You can't say I'm not cringe, and you can't be surprised that I make that comparison. That's just how it is to me. Anyways, if you listen to fucking 14 minutes of this, thank you. I don't know really why. I do like mumbling. I don't know if any of this is even cohesive. I tried to wrap it back up in the end with motivation again. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw the word and I remembered what I was talking about. And I just like, okay, well, I'll just say that it was motivation that I was getting to. I'll make it look like I was coming to a point. Um, anyways, I hope this effect hasn't gotten annoying. To be honest, I've heard it in my ear this whole time, and it's really fucking with me. But in a way, it's charming. Everything about me is charming, obviously. Yeah. Goodbye.